We're back.
We did it, guys. We're back.
Hey, what was the last episode we did?
Castaway.
That was what we did last?
Yeah, and I watched it in between that last episode and this episode.
That's what we do.
Yes.
If you're new. And if you're old, you're like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and deal. All right?
So much hostility.
You gotta let these niggas know sometimes, even the beaners.
Okay.
Hey, fight everyone. I'll fight every one of y'all. Don't you ever forget it. Guys, also, I'm really sorry that Hassan's still here. I'm trying to get him off the podcast. I'm doing everything I can. He will not leave.
Yeah.
He literally lives in the room right there.
It's
so it's
my
hard.
choice to stay on the podcast. Really, none of you guys can force me out.
I'm trying. Guys, we'll work on it. Did you watch Castaway?
Yes, I did watch Castaway.
How was it?
I liked it. It was.
He never saw it.
Yeah, I did never see it.
How crazy that he never saw it on TV. Isn't that more crazy? That he never passed it?
I think my parents watched it one day, and I was like, whatever. I'm gonna go to bed or whatever.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I thought this while I was watching this movie. It's like people like Tom Hanks and like the great actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale. It's crazy how like you know who they are, and I could still watch Castaway, and I was like, at no point was like, that's Tom Hanks.
No, that was Chuck Nolan.
Yeah, at no point I was like, man, I should be like, this is. I know this is Tom Hanks.
For sure. For sure, this is Forrest Gump. This is Big. This is all. This is that guy. This
Hanks.
is Tom motherfucking Hanks.
And I still was like
how is Chuck Nolan
Yeah.
gonna get off this island?
Yeah.
Especially when he loses all that weight. That's when, because not that Tom Hanks acting before he loses the weight it's less substantial. He's amazing. He's already amazing in this movie. You believe everything. You believe him struggling on this island. You believe when he's running around, he's flailing with the stick.
His
you know what I mean?
relationship with Wilson.
His relationship with Wilson in the beginning, how it starts. I believe all of that, and then I love the just cut to where he is. They might as well have got a different actor. That's how much of a transformation I thought it was. He is. I mean, body, face, mind, eyes, everything.
Yeah, the production took 6 months off
For him to get in that zone?
to get in that zone.
That's a real motherfucker.
Well, he had to lose all the weight.
You looked that up?
Lose all the weight. It was the Amazon facts. Dude, every once in a while, I'll just move my computer around, and it gives you some good facts about the movie.
That's cool. I got to do that.
Yeah, that shit. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, they give.
But that makes sense. I mean, because you're wondering. I mean, it's crazy how we've talked about it. We talked about it while it was happening, and I never considered how they would have had to shoot it. But you're right. Like the logistics of shooting, the director's job.
Oh, you want to talk about logistics of shooting? Here, and here's an interesting fact that like really like speaks to what movie making actually is. Almost all the sound on the island, including the dialogue, all the sound had to be added in post.
Why?
Because the surf was too loud. Like the actual real surf was too loud.
Oh, because they shot on that little island.
They shot on the island. So even like down to the water, like the surf that they have in the movie, that's like a lot of that is like generated. So there was someone whose entire job was to make the sound, and that person's
was unreal because I believe every single when he's yelling Wilson, when he's all that stuff. Also, Tom had to do all that, so you basically had to do an animated movie.
Yes, pretty much.
Come on, that's amazing.
Yeah, when I first read that too, it's like when I first read it, he's like that's when he finds that's when he first gets on the beach. That's when the fact popped up, right? Yeah. And you'd sort of be like, oh, that's cool, and then you just immediately got immersed in the world, and I just forgot like, oh my god, this isn't real. Like none of the noises in the movie are real, at least for the.
That's so cool.
Island part.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
No, that's fucking unbelievable, dude. God, movies
are weird, dude. They're weird.
It's so cool how they get made,
when
dog,
you break them
and like
down,
when you break it down, logistics, and then I mean, it's like because we were just talking about the logistics of his acting. Think about the sound guy having to deal with all that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
and then the director putting it all together.
You need like a real deal team around you.
Yeah.
Real deal
you
team.
called it Bill Belichick. That's what you said.
Yeah. You need a.
I mean, Tom Hanks is Tom Brady clearly, but you still Zemeckis had to Bill Belichick that bitch. You know
you get there's got to be there's everything has to come together. Like it's like a Super Bowl winning team. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
Like
defense, O-line, special teams.
Yeah, and it's like the stuff that people don't talk about.
Key grip.
Yeah, key grip. I bet you. Some key grips have been the thing that's pushed the movie over. You know what I mean?
Well, just somebody who's just they love this guy on set. He does. It could be literally something that's just. It's everything. You're right, bro. It's the team. It's the team.
It's the team.
It's the team.
Shout out to the sound guys on the movie. That's what I really wanted to get to. It's like really shout out to them.
You did your research on this one, buddy.
Yeah,
Holy
dude,
moly!
The facts. Just because all you gotta do is all you gotta do is just quickly move your controller around because you watch it on the TV and it'll pop up and you're like, oh wow, that's interesting.
Anything in my version I hit? Anything I missed?
Oh, I thought this was interesting. Because, I mean, that's the... So, when he's on the raft...
Yeah.
And he wakes up, and it's like the whale sort of spits on him, you said, through the blowhole. You never see that.
No, you never see it.
Yeah.
He just keeps getting spit on.
Right. That's an interesting, like... Because obviously, that's what it is, but not necessarily. That could have just been the water. You know what I mean? That's interesting that that's where your mind took it. And it makes sense.
Because I hear that...
Right.
Which is that sound, which the whale also made earlier when you did see the whale. Remember earlier in the movie when you see the whale? It was the same sound. So, but you're right. And in my head, I just go assumed. But they never show it.
Right. It's interesting, but it got me thinking. Parts of I remember in high school we had to do like the hero's journey and like learn like that sort of storyline. You know how that's a plot line. The hero's journey is a plot line.
Yeah.
And part of the hero's journey's plot line is help from a divine being of some kind, like divine intervention.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So in his hero's journey, the whale, you could argue that the whale sort of led him to the ship. And you can interpret it like that, especially using your interpretation.
Yes. Now that I'm looking at it like that.
Yeah. You know, the whale warned him when Wilson was going away. The whale, told him.
I love a good conspiracy, man. This is just with the whole there's a phone in the box kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, did the whales save him? Is it really a movie about whales?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a movie about whales.
No. I see where you're going.
I wasn't taking that. I feel like See, this is what happens with real conspiracy videos. One guy says something, they're like, hey, look at this interesting connection. And then you're like, oh my God.
The earth is fucking flat. Yeah. It's a pie.
It's like, what?
No, dude, I was just saying
the whale could have helped him if you look at it like that. It's kind of nice.
Whales have been controlling our government.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking though, because it was I looked this up on IMDb Top 250. This movie isn't on it. Yes, and
because I know there's some shit on it that I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Right. Regardless of whether or not this is a Top 250 movie, the idea of tell me what you think of this theory is like a lot of survival movies in general are the same in the sense that they're gonna lose a couple friends maybe, but you're gonna feel them make it pretty much, right? And I think the reason what sets The Revenant apart from other survival movies is that it's the only survival movie that I know of that there's a clear-cut villain.
Yeah, The Revenant has a villain.
The Revenant has a villain. I don't think most survival movies have villains.
No. They have the villain is like circumstance.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I Am Legend, circumstance. This circumstance.
Well, I Am Legend isn't even in like I wouldn't put this in this category. This is like man surviving against nature. Right, that's its own.
Actually, I consider this only because he's by himself. But that's
okay.
Literally, you know what connection I'm making? I'm making really the connection of mentally that Wilson and
just
him talking
alone.
to. Well, you know, he's talking to Wilson how he talks to the people in the store and how he feel and the Fred scene.
Yeah,
that's all. But you're right that it's not the same. But I guess mentally, I was putting it there.
Yeah, I would because
that aloneness.
Yes, I would call. How about this? I call these man versus nature type movies. They're all kind of similar in that sense of like you go to see this man go through a lot.
Castaway is more The Revenant, yeah, like because they have to survive with nature.
He has to survive nature. Yes, he has to be nature.
It's not I Am Legend. I Am Legend is yeah, you're right. Okay, that's different.
That's what I mean.
Are there any others?
But The Revenant is the only one like that has a villain. I would say.
Are there any other Survivor movies?
Like 127 Hours.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Nigga, on the list. I love that movie.
I would add these two movies to it because it is nature still.
I love that movie.
Because this is why I say man versus nature. But I would add The Martian. To that, it's a man.
You've seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. And
we
I
love that.
Gravity. Gravity is in the same realm of movie that this is.
Hassan is blowing my fucking cap back today, fellas.
Right. And so...
Wait a minute. Gravity is fucking a woman versus nature.
Yeah.
Survivor tale.
Yeah.
She loses George Clooney in the first 30 minutes.
You lose a friend. They do some incredible things. They get some luck. They're all, they're all...
And then what was the other one? You said The Martian. The Martian is man versus nature, and it's amazing.
Yes, but
127 hours, the same thing. You got to see that. So
the reason why I was gonna say maybe this is not in the top 250, and I think a lot of survival movies probably suffer from this, and the reason why Gravity probably didn't win Best Picture is because it's like you kind of get the storyline, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen.
You know what's gonna happen.
The reason I think this movie separates from all those other movies because he loses in the end. And that's unreal. I've never seen anything like that, bro. I've never seen like I'm talking about, bro. This woman The love of your life, all right? This is the love of your life before this happens, all right? This is the love. I'm just mad putting myself in this situation. I love Sam. It's the love of my life. Mm-hmm. I get on this plane to go to Phoenix. We go down. I survive somehow in the desert for 4 years, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I come back. Sam is married to Ron Taylor. Sam got me through all 4 years of the desert.
Right.
The thought of her every second of every day, I'm going to get back to her. I'm going to...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what got us.
I get back. She's married to Ron?
But you're not... But, like, you can't be mad at either of them.
Can't be mad at either of them. They thought I was fucking dead. He consoled her. Yeah. She needed it. They have a kid now. I mean, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy because it's like, yo, that's so not the movie like.
Yeah, you're right. The whole time I was operating on the assumption that he got the girl back in the end, and it wasn't that type.
I love the. Did you like the Spalding callback?
Yeah,
I loved that, by the way.
I will say this: the ending of the movie, I think we interpret because you looked at it as he looks back at the directions he can go and he smiles. Mm-hmm. He in the movie, if you watch, he looks back at the direction that girl that came from.
Yeah,
that girl. He looks back in her direction and smiles because they had that weird. They had that flirty vibe going on.
Yeah, no, that's how it is. But the second before he looks back there, he looks the other ways.
Each way.
Because there's a pan out shot of him going, looking that way, looking that way, looking that way, and then it comes in and he look. You're right, he is looking back.
Yeah.
But I guess I did interpret it that, like, he did look the other ways.
Yeah, he's just free to. I guess he's free to roam.
But he also was free
to go back.
But not all the way back. He lost her. He lost that.
He lost that. That is true.
God, and what a movie. But you're right. In that you know what sets it up from Departed, nigga. I had no idea everybody was gonna die in Departed. All right, I had
going into it.
Had no clue.
Yeah, and that's what you should take away from this episode is that the castaway wasn't the Departed.
God, that sounds like an insult.
That does sound like an insult.
But it's such a compliment.
Yeah.
You're basically saying Castaway wasn't the absolute greatest movie of all time. Yeah, it was up there.
All right. We'll see you in a bit.
We're back.
Hey.
Thanks for staying with us.
What's up, guys?
We noticed, I'm sure you noticed, that the lighting on this show is constantly different. I know it was like, wait, why are they always in different time zones? Yeah. Derek is clearly in New York and Hassan is on the West Coast, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
But you know what? We're figuring it out and we appreciate your patience.
Yeah. I think that's why most of you listen.
Oh, well, I think you know what though, we got big things ahead though. Coming ahead, guys. Big news, big things, but thanks for rocking with us while we're still poor. We're still poor right now, and we appreciate that, bro. We're not gonna be poor one day, and y'all are gonna be like, "Damn, man, they said that shit." I remember when they was. This is in the apartment. It's not gonna be like that one day.
Clearly, bed sheets behind.
Look at this, bruh. We set this up, paid for all of it by our parents who loaned it to us. Thank you, mom and dads, and that goes to all four, by the way.
Yeah, four.
All four mom and dads. I love all of you, and we appreciate you, and we thank you guys so much, and we thank you guys and bro, you're here at the beginning. Episode 65, bro. Wait till we on episode 650 on your bitch ass. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I gotta fight one of you. All right, you ready, buddy?
Yes, let's do it.
Sanamon, last week you tried to explain Castaway.
Right.
You failed.
Okay. Man.
Let's see if this week you can get it on the money.
Okay. Which I usually do.
Tell me
for me to miss.
What happens in the film that we're going to do today that you have not seen, that I have seen too many times?
Yes.
Krush Groove.
Krush Groove? Ha. What is it about? Is this a black movie? He said racistly, about to put down a racist guess. Krush Groove. I don't know. Sounds like some kind of...
Is this another hardball, guys? Let's find out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. At least feel like more people are on my side about this one. Castaway, overwhelmingly people had seen it before. Like it wasn't.
No. I meant hardball. Remember how you guessed?
Oh, like completely wrong?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant. Is this another like? Oh boy, here we go.
All right, Krush Groove. It is about a group of dancers. They're like hip hop dancers. That's what it's about, bro.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Maybe that's, you know what? That's the name of their group. Krush Groove.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it. Keep going.
Absolutely.
What happens to this group? What happens?
God. I'm saying this is a bad movie. I'm gonna guess you intentionally picked a bad movie or a cheesy movie.
Well, if we're going off what you're doing, it sounds like an Oscar-winning film.
No.
So
What are you
let's
talking about? It sounds. You know, it's just.
So they're a group. They dance. Krush Group. Are you changing your answer? What's happening right now? No. I've never seen you break down
I
in a guess.
realize I'm about to just describe Five Hearts people with dancers. That's my guess. Why go through all of it? I'm just gonna. That's always my movie guesses with black movies. It's
For our new listeners,
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah.
Give me your Krush Groove. Give me your Krush Groove.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the main dancer.
Okay.
You know, it's just how the trials and tribulations of the group. Maybe one of them gets shot.
Oh my God.
Maybe sorry, not maybe, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely one of them gets shot. One of them succumbs to drugs. The singer, the best singer succumbs to drugs.
In this dancing group?
Yeah. Oh my God, the best dancer. My bad. Yeah, the best dancer.
The best dancer gets addicted to drugs.
Yeah. And then one of the smart guy makes it. He gets out of the hood of some kind, huh?
How's it end? How's this group? How does this end?
Everyone just goes their separate ways.
And that's Krush Groove.
That's Krush Groove.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm speechless. You took my speech. You took it away.
I feel good.
Dear God. Okay. To our listeners on that one, I'm sorry. I don't know why he's so racist, but we're all working through our stuff, you know.
I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
Okay. Ron doesn't count.
It's true. That's true.
All right. Are you ready for Krush Groove?
Yes.
Movie starts.
Okay.
Scratching. Like 80s beat playing like.
Okay.
Shots of New York while the credits are rolling, right?
Right.
Krush Groove.
Right.
Okay. You hear a guy go. You see our lead. You hear a guy go. It's time to get serious, man. Come on. And we see our leads in this movie. Run DMC.
Oh, I like where this is going.
The actual Run DMC.
I know. This is
Okay.
this is gonna be a very musical song.
So, we see the leads of our movie.
Right.
Run DMC.
Okay.
And we see the other lead of our movie, Blair Underwood.
Okay, that's a name I recognize.
He is the dude from Set It Off. Remember the main black guy who Jada Pinkett's dating?
Oh yeah. Okay.
But they're crazy young. They're all. I mean, they're all. This is 1985, so they're all kids in this. All right.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, he was the unnecessary plotline and Set It Off.
Yes.
Yeah. It made zero sense.
So, Run DMC, and by Run DMC I mean Run and DMC and Jam Master Jay.
Okay.
Are the lead? Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I gotta just explain that because it's like, bro, what? It's like that's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
That's insane.
And then Blair Underwood is Russell Simmons.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So Russell's like, come on, man, do it right this time. I want rock and roll, baby. I want to feel it. Hits the button. I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To burn my kingdom, you must use fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock the party. We're going to collect. Have you heard this song before?
No.
Okay, this is an actual Run DMC. One of their biggest hits. One of their first biggest hits, okay?
Yeah.
So they're in the studio, laying this down, and then everybody outside the studio is like, oh my God. All right, this is while the credits are rolling.
Okay.
Okay? So Russell's like, they're going crazy. They're like, yo, we got to get copies of this made immediately. So they're getting copies made as they keep rapping, like they're rapping in the studio. You see the guy producing it, the actual Rick Rubin.
Really?
You know Rick Rubin?
I know Rick Rubin. Does he have the beard?
He's a kid. No. I mean, he's got a beard, but he looks just like them. They all look like they're maybe 20.
Okay. He don't look like the insane person.
No, he's a skinny. I mean, he looks like Who he look like? I mean, he looks like what's his name, bro? Goddamn, he's an actor. But he looked like him.
Okay, thank you.
Skinny white dude with a beard, bro. And he look like him. I can't think of his name, but he's a good actor
he
too.
in? Jesus, whatever. Just making this guy.
Because the movie I'm thinking of is an independent movie. So it's like the thing I'm thinking is like I can't tell you that because now my brain is like.
What's the independent movie name?
I think it's like Call of the Wild. Is that nigga named Emil Hirsch?
Oh, the guy who played the guy who went into the wild and lived by himself, right?
And dies.
Yeah, he eats the
Good
wrong
book.
thing.
Yeah.
McCandless.
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I think he looked like there's a movie that dude has where he has a beard and like shades and shit, and he looks just like him in that.
I can see how he looks like Rick Rubin just based on how he looked in Call of the Wild. I can see it.
Yeah. Just young. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, not like like a kid.
Yeah.
So
we figured it out.
yeah, we did. Thank you, buddy. So we see them, they're Run DMC.
Right.
They're doing small shows around town. They're starting to blow up. This is all through the credits still. Okay. They are also working at a car wash, and their songs getting played on the radio, and everybody's like going crazy for them at the radio. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, you guys are on the radio. You know what I mean? The credits keep rolling, and we see these two really big fat guys, and they're getting ready for school, and they're listening to the song as well, and they're jamming out like, oh, you know what I mean? And then at the car wash, the manager runs up to him, and he's like, man, you guys got to stop goofing off, blah, blah, blah. You're fired. And they're like, fired? Man, we fucking quit, right? And they're all like blasting, they turn up their song louder, and they all walk off, right? So we see one of the another fat dude, and he's looking up this girl's skirt as she's like walking up the stairs. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then he gets like a drink poured on his head, and you see this dude's like her gigantic boyfriend looking at him like, motherfucker, right? And he pours a drink on his head, and he's like that, right? And then as that happens, the other two fat dudes, they run up, and they're laughing at him. And they're like all on their way to school, okay?
Right.
And they're like, oh man, look at you, blah, blah. They're clowning them, and they all have the motherfucking boombox, you know what I mean? And it's just the most 80s shit you've ever seen, okay? And then these guys start like the music kind of fades out, and now the camera's focused on these three.
Okay.
And they're like, man, these boys are deaf, man. Oh my God, they're so fucking dope. And they're quoting all their lyrics. They're like, oh man, we're gonna be just like them, bro. We're gonna be big, just as big as Run DMC one day. The moment we gotta play the Fever. And then they're like, oh man, we're never gonna play. One of the guys like, man, I'm not playing the Fever. Blah blah blah. Like, man, that's how all the big stars made it. We gotta play the Fever too. You know what I mean? So they're just arguing about that.
Yeah, there's a place that they gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Where all the young like rap groups of this time blew up.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So at the Krush Groove offices, okay, it's busy as shit. Okay, it's crazy busy. And Russell's like loving life. The Russell Simmons character, he's loving, he's happy. And the Rick Rubin is stressing. Rick Rubin's also playing himself. He's playing Rick Rubin.
Right, which is wild.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So he's stressing. Oh my God, blah, 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 man. This is too much. You know, we're not ready for this. And then Russell's like, it's happening. It's all happening right now. You know, we got a hit record, baby. This is what it is. And he's like, no, this hit record is the worst thing that could happen to us. We don't have any more money to press any more copies. And we got like 10,000 orders. Like, we're fucked. You know what I mean? Of like record, vinyl records.
Right.
You know? And then he's like, oh, don't worry, man. I'm going to get us paid. Don't you worry. So at school, it cuts back to school. Fat boys are in class, right? And they're dissecting some kind of animal. Okay?
I remember that.
Yeah.
What'd you have to dissect?
Motherfucking like frog.
Frog?
Yep.
I don't think we did frog. We did pig.
Yeah, we did a frog. Classic. Classic. I think they got it literally like, oh, they do this in cartoons.
Yeah.
That's literally what I felt like my teacher thought. So the one dude, so it shows like the dude that like they got this like kind of rat thing, and they're all dissecting it, and then it shows the fat boys, and then one of them is just like roasting his on a Bunsen burner, like, like licking his lips and shit, right? And it looks like not like now it looks like delicious, like whatever he's fucking roasting, right? And so they're like the one dude, and then they cut back to the fat boys are, by the way, one of them, like two of them are just like big fat black guys, right? One of them has like kind of a raccoon hat on, right? And then one of them's like a white dude, okay? But they're all like the same size weight. Okay. So the camera pans back, and the one guy's like, man, yo, Buff, let's fucking step, man. This sucks, right? This shit's boring and weak. And the one dude's like, cool, all right? And so he starts beatboxing. He's like, and then the teacher turns around. She's like, what was that? Who was that? And then the class like laughs, right? And she's like, and she turns back around, and he's like, right? And he's like crazy good at it.
Okay.
And the teacher turns out, she's like, who was that? And everybody's quiet. And then she turns around one more time and he does this thing with his, it's crazy, bro. This thing like, he's like this crazy sound, you know? And she catches him. She's like, I knew it was you, the fat one. Get up. Just like that.
The 80s were a simpler time.
Simpler time, baby.
Simpler time. When you could call fat people fat.
Hey,
The 80s.
They were fat.
Fat people fat.
So they all stand up, right? And she's like, oh, I got 3 wise guys, huh? All of you go to the principal's office. You all get Fs. And they all like laugh like, man, fuck that. They
Funny.
leave,
That's
right?
funny. That's some movie schooling there.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how grading works.
Come on. You all get Fs. So they all go outside. They're like, man, fuck that teacher, right? And the one white guy's like, man, let's go. We only have like 1 minute. And like, oh, what are we going to do? He's like, man, you know what we're going to do. Let's go. Let's set up. They're like, all right, let's do it. So they run to the top of the stairs. And then they're watching the clock, right? And then they have the one's got the radio and they're all like smiling. They're waiting. And then the bell rings. And the motherfucker hits the thing. The beatbox, the radio. And then the one guy yells, Disco 3! And all the kids are like, oh, and they fucking run to the stairs. Right? Like this is like, right? And then the one white guy just starts rapping, bro, and he starts murdering it. And all the kids are going, ah! You know? And it's like straight up that 80s style rap, like, yeah, girl, you know, you can have my heart, and I'll beat it up just like a fart. You know what I mean? It's just like,
wow, what a lyricist.
And so,
I'll beat it up just like a fart.
Bro, and
What romantic words.
Hey, he's speaking to a girl.
Yeah. That's how you get women? Those are the words? I need to know. I'll use that in text next time. Hey, girl, I'll beat it up like a fart. See how that goes.
Yeah, a fart beat your asshole sometimes. Yeah, beat it up like a fart, dog.
Oh, you did flip it, actually. Yeah, you did do your best job on flipping it.
Don't you dog me. And that's what they're singing, right? As the guy goes, don't you dog me. And then the guy with the music goes, Bro, they are like everybody's like, don't you dog me. Right, just going crazy, right? And then they start following the one girl around that he was looking up her skirt earlier.
Right.
The white guy, they're like singing to her now. Right? And then she's like, get away, like flirtily, like stop. And then they go away. And then the dude just does a bunch of beatboxing effects and like all the kids go crazy. So they're just like killing it at their high school, right?
That sounds fun.
Come on. You're those dudes?
Sounds like a great high school.
So cut to now at a church. We see
Right.
a pastor and he's setting up the church and he's singing to himself. And Run DMC walk in, blasting their song. I'm the king of rock. There is none higher, you know? And then he's like, hey, turn that off, man. Have some respect for the Lord, you know? And they're like, oh, come on, Dad. This is my record. This is our record. This is us. He's like, oh, that's just noise. It's crazy for a dad to say they're on the radio.
Yeah. Also, way to be not supportive in the slightest.
Also, I am on the side that you are in church. What do you do?
Also, don't
walk like, hey, Dad, can I play something for you?
Yeah. No, they're both wrong.
Everybody's wrong.
Everyone's wrong. This is like Israel-Palestine.
That was a good one. And he's like, Dad, Russell says this is going to be a hit. He goes, that dummy. You gonna listen to your older brother? He's a dummy. You know what I mean? And he goes, and then right then Russell comes in, and then Russell's trying to tell his dad, like, hey, Dad, we're stars now, blah, blah, blah. Everything's different. And then the dad's like, man, forget all that. What you want? I know y'all here. You want something? And then the Russell's like, I need some money. He's like, I knew it. What do you need? Go ahead. And he's like, I need $5,000. He's like, it was nice seeing you. And he turns around, he goes back to like setting up the church again. He's like, Dad, come on, hear me out. You never hear me out. He's like, okay, son, tell me. He's like, I need money fast, all right? We got an order for 10,000 copies, 10,000 records, real actually records. People want these records, you know what I mean? And he was like, if I don't deliver all this hard work, everything is going to be lost. We're going to it'll just send us backwards.
Yeah, also, you're making that money back pretty quickly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But I get how many times, because the movie's starting here.
That's true.
How many times does this happen? And I'm not judging him. Like, you're trying to start a business. I get that. Now you actually got to hit record.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
right.
I'm sure how many times before where you're like, oh, this is going to be it, you know? So I get that as well. But he's complaining to his dad, and the dad stops him. He said, Russell, I think God is testing you. I think God wants to see you figure this out on your own. And you know what? I'm not going to interfere. And he walks off.
Ooh, what a line.
Come on, right?
Also,
I like
what a good life lesson.
Yeah, good life lesson.
Yeah.
Also, listen to their song, Dad. Jesus fuck Christ. They're on the radio.
I guess.
You don't think so? At least listen.
No, I have having a dad like that, I get why he wouldn't.
I get why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But the idea of like, your son has a hit song on the radio. It's fucking impossible.
You would think.
I mean, I know it's not to them, but crazy.
Anyways.
Crazy that some dads are like that.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing will impress them. I think that's
So at the place called The Fever, now we're here. There is a girl performing. All right, there's a girl on stage and she's fucking sexy. She's the moon up above shines down the morning skin. Also, every song in this movie is an actual hit song, by the way.
Okay.
And every person in this movie is an actual famous rock star in the 80s.
That's so random.
Okay.
That's so random.
So she's singing, right? And she kind of looks like Prince, this girl, you know what I mean? And she's like, it gets kind of rough in the back of my limousine. And that's what we are. We all want a love bazaar. And then right then you see like Russell and Run DMC and all them, they're all walking in the club, right? And they're all immediately impressed. They're like, who is this girl ripping the stage right now? She's killing it. And she's hot as shit. Okay? So Curtis Blow walks up, the actual Curtis Blow, who at this time, I can't imagine I told Sam that seeing this movie, that'd be like seeing a movie about Drake, like a movie about rap, and Drake is playing Drake in the movie right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Who exactly is Curtis Blow?
Curtis Blow?
Yeah.
Now, basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way to dribble up and down the court. You ever heard that song?
Nope.
It's like that's one of the great basketball songs of all time.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like it's. I don't imagine it's a good baseball song.
Yeah, I mean, if I ruled the world.
That I know that song.
Well, you know it from Nas. You don't know it from him.
Okay. Well,
I'm just being honest. I know you know it from Nas. There's no way you know it from him.
I'm trying.
I know you're trying.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, thank you, Nas, for bringing it back to life.
But is the Drake comparison accurate? Because Drake is like a number one.
Curtis Blow?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. At that time, he had all the number one hit rap records. You know what I mean? He was the star. He was also the first ever solo rap star.
Okay.
Before him, it was all groups. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know that.
And then he was the first, even like Run DMC. And then he was like he was the one where it was like, oh, everybody knows his name. He's Curtis Blow. He had all these hit records. That's why I was like, it's no point in telling you because you're not gonna know him. No. They're all those 80s style rap songs. You know what I mean?
Nothing about that.
Yeah, yes. But no, he was the Drake of that time. Of this time, when you watch the movie, you'll be able to tell too. Like just the way he's clearly respected in the movie.
Okay.
By
everyone else around him.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited.
Okay, I'm like, because you're like, okay, like you don't believe, like you're not believing or no? Okay,
like, I can't connect with him like the
well,
way you are.
I'm trying to catch you, Drake. I'm trying.
Okay.
That's why I'm painting a picture. You just gotta believe me.
I believe you.
That's what it is.
I believe you.
Okay. So they're fucking. He walks over, right, and he's talking to Russell and he's congratulating them, on everything, how they did the record, blah blah blah. They're planning on working with each other. You know what I mean? Like because he's already signed to him. Like they're already not officially signed, but they're already like he's his manager technically. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, but they're like, oh man, we got to get together and do like a record with all of us. You know what I'm saying? So, as this is all happening, another big black guy comes up and he grabs Russell and he tells him, hey, blah blah blah, big fan of what you're doing. If you ever need any help, here's my card. Right? This guy is clearly a bad guy. You know what I mean? Where it's just he just feels
intimidating.
Like a bad guy. Yeah. He's just really scary. You know what I mean? And then he's like, okay, thanks, man. And then as he walks off, everybody means like, yo, that guy's bad news. Don't fuck with that guy. Like he's just like a shark. You know what I mean? Loan shark.
Right.
So everybody goes back to watching the girl on stage now. All right, and she's still killing it. And then Russell's like, man, who is this girl on stage? And they're like, oh, that's Sheila E. Man, her real name in real life.
Okay.
All right. And Russell dude's like, yeah, he's into her. And then it shows Run, and Run is clearly into her. Like she's bad. You know what I mean? So outside, the fat boys are trying to get in the club. They're like walking in, they're trying to get in. Security's like, hell y'all going? You know what I mean? Because they look so young compared to everybody. And they're like, it's like, man, let me see some ID. And then they all pull out IDs. Bruh, the IDs are full body pictures of skinny dudes. I'm talking about like, man, they're a Polaroid, bro. And he looks at him. He's like, man, get the fuck out of here, right? And then they're like, oh, come on, dog. And they're like, outside. And so cut back to her. She's getting off stage, right? Sheila E. Everybody's going crazy for her. Oh, Sheila E. She's complaining immediately to her manager. Your body keep getting me these shitty ass gigs. I'm sick of doing this bullshit. I should be doing bigger stuff than this. What is going on? Blah, blah, blah. She's going off, right? This is crazy. She's like, no one's going to see me here. You got to stop booking these. And then right then, Run walks up and he's like, I saw you. And she's like, okay. And then she keeps walking and then he follows and he goes, no, I thought you was deaf. And then she stops and she's like, do you want something? And then he's like, no, look, man, me and my man D, we got a record out. We got champagne over here. We just want to know if you want to come join us for a drink. And then the other lady goes, what's the name of your record? And he's like, King of Rock. And then she's like, they're in it, like she looks like that, and then they're walking over there, and then DMC like goes, there is none higher, like he yells it out, and then she goes, you guys are Run DMC, right? And then like she's like freaking out, she's like, oh my god, I heard your song on the radio, it fucking slaps, it's so good. And then the Sheila girl's so not impressed.
Yes, I was hoping for that.
Not even paying attention, you know what I mean? And then Run goes, have you heard our record? And she's like, no. And he's like, you like rap? And she's like, no. And then the other friend is like, no, she does. She just hasn't heard any good rap. Why don't you guys show her what good rap is? And then they literally immediately go, I met this girl the other day. And then they just start going there like, she said she didn't like rap. She didn't know about the Devastating 2. I'm Daryl. This is Joe. And then like, they're just killing it. You know what I mean? And then she's just like, and then she smiles and then she's like, all right, that was insane. Also, it's crazy because it does look like they just
made it up on the spot.
Oh, it's insane. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Russell Run DMC, so I wouldn't put it. You know what I mean? Right. It's like it's in the prime of their shit too. So
what year did this come out?
85.
Okay.
So cut back to the Fat Boys, and they're still trying to get in. They're begging the dude to let them in. They're like, yo,
I like
man.
these guys.
Yeah, they're like,
these
come on, bro.
Cool.
Please let us get in. Please let us get in. We just, yeah, right? And they're like, come on, brother. Please let us get in. We just want to get in. We just want to get on the mic. And then the guy's like, nope, ain't no way. And then the dude, one fat dude who can beatbox, shows off his skills. Like, you know what I mean? And then everyone in the audience, like when he's done, everyone in line gives him like an applause break. Like, dope. That was like, you know, everybody's high-fiving him and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the guy goes, you promise y'all aren't going to drink? And the guy's like, man, we're not. They're like, we're not going to drink. We promise. We just want to get on the mic. We just want to show our skills. That's it. And he's like, all right, this one time I'll let you guys in. And they're like, thank you, man. Thank you. It's like $10 each. $10? Man, fuck you, man. That's some bullshit. And then they leave. Now I go how you thought that was gonna go.
Yeah, I thought, wow, their lives are gonna change tonight.
No. $10 a piece, bro. They were like, man, get the fuck out of here.
I like these guys. This is my favorite storyline.
Going, that's so funny to be like, you had your moment,
yeah.
And then the dude who's like,
yeah.
$10 and be like, what?
You got the applause. You should be happy with that.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, we're not giving you $30.
Yeah.
I get also in high school in 85. That's so much money. You're in high school in 85, $10. What is that to you? Yeah. And they're broke. I mean, you can see, they set it up in the movie how poor they are. So,
what? This is 85. Rap was the music of the wealthy.
Yeah. So right then, Russell in the club, he walks up to meet Sheila. He's like, hey, I want to introduce myself. That was amazing. And she's like, hey, I'm Sheila. And then they are clearly like,
oh, it's about to go down.
Fuck eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So next day at the bank.
Looks like someone's about to get a little taste. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever
No, it's not. I liked it. The next day at the bank, Russell and Rick Rubin are there, right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to get a big loan, and they're unprofessional as shit. Mm-hmm. They're just so unprofessional. They have no books ready. They have no answers ready. They're just, and then the guy was like, "What is this all for?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a rap record label." And they're like, the guy's like, "What's rap?" And they're like, "Oh," and they get up and they just start rapping for everybody in the bank. You know what I mean?
They're like, "What the fuck?"
Everybody's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then when the guy's like, "No," they're like, "What do you mean no?" They're like, "Absolutely not." And they're like, "No." And then they call him gay and they leave, which I think is really funny. Because it was like, oh, it's 85. It was so 85 too. They're like, man, this guy's gay. And they leave, like that. And then they leave. And that's the end of the scene. And it's like, oh yeah, in 85, that would have been like a closing line.
Yeah, everyone like, yeah, he is gay. You get him, Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin. So in her...
they're going to call this loan shark guy.
Well, in her room, Sheila E. is working on music.
Right.
All right. So she's working on music in her room. And then you hear Russ run on the phone behind her. Like, man, I need 6 pair of white Adidas, 3 pair of red Adidas. I need 4 of the greens, and I need 2 of the blues. You know what I mean? And then the guy's like, you know, you hear like, and he's like, no, I need that shit now, not tomorrow. Right now, I need that shit tonight. And the guy's like, he's like, man, what? And he hangs up. All right. And then the Sheila is like, man, can you guys shut the fuck up? I'm trying to like work on music. He's like, man, what are you doing? We're here hanging with you. You're not even going to use us. You got Run DMC. You're not even going to use us for a song, you know? And then she's like, blah, blah, blah. Anybody can rap. You know, you got that's bull. That's easy. I bet you guys can't sing and dance. He's like, sing and dance. And then he gets up and he just busts a dope ass freestyle, bro. Does not sing. And it's a freestyle about how he doesn't sing and dance. and why he doesn't have to, because he can do that. Bro, it's fucking, it was smooth as shit, bro. You know what I mean? And then she's like, okay, that's good. He's like, all right, well, let me see you rap. And then she's like, what? He's like, I did it for you. Now let me see you. You bust a rap. And she's like, okay. And then she like, at first she kind of makes fun of him. She's like, all right. And then she kind of was like, oh God. Oh God, look at me. Like, you know what I mean? Like kind of like making fun of him. And then she starts rapping for real. She goes, well, I can sing, rap, dance, and my name is Sheila E. I can rock your world if you give me a chance. And then she's like she's doing like cool tricks with her drums sticks at the same time. It's like crazy.
Right.
Like, it's like, damn, whoever this bitch is, she was talented. Yeah,
talented,
bro.
Okay.
You know, she got like a mass appeal and a little girl smile. And she's like doing all this shit. And then like she's also making him laugh at the same time. And then when it stops, he's like, all right, let's run that back for real. And then she's like, oh no, blah, 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 blah. And then he makes her run it back for real. And I'm pretty sure it's a real song.
I mean, if everything else is a real song.
Pretty sure that like is not like that, but like it's a piece to it. Like you say, to whatever it became. Yeah. Pretty sure that's a real song. So Russell and Rick.
Yes.
Are thinking about how they're going to make money.
Mm.
All right? And Russell pulls out the loan shark card.
And thus the conflict arises.
And then he goes to the JB guy's offices, and he doesn't tell Rick Rubin about it.
Of course not.
You know, the guy's like, I knew you would come. How much you need? And the scene kind of fades out. So Rick comes into the offices the next day. They got all the records. They got boxes and boxes of records. And he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, I told you, baby. And then it's a montage of them killing it, all right? Top of the charts. Run DMC's killing it. They're doing bigger concerts now. They're murdering it, all right?
Right.
So they're at this one big concert. It's got Curtis Blow, Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Run DMC on one bill, which would have been, at that point...
Insanity.
In fucking sanity, dude, to see this show, okay? So... Curtis Blow is on stage rapping. He's doing the song. If I ruled the world, he's actually doing that song. All right, like in the movie, for real. You know, if I rule all the girls, I love them, baby. Right. And so as he's doing that, some guy comes up yelling, it's the actual Russell Simmons in real life. All right. He comes up and he's yelling at fake Russell Simmons, like, yo, where the hell is Run? He's supposed to be here. Blah blah blah. They're supposed to be going on next. They're on in like 5 minutes and he's not here. And he's like, man, don't worry, he's gonna be here. All right. And the guy's like, man, he better, man. So right then, this other white guy comes up to Russell, and he's telling him how he's works for Galaxy Records and blah blah blah, and he wants to sign him. And then Russell's kind of blowing him off, like, "Yeah, man, I came to you however long ago with Run DMC, and you didn't want him." He's like, "Well, I want him now." You know what I mean? Blah blah. They're killing it. You guys look great. He goes, "Well, how interested are you?" And he's like, $20,000 interested, and that's just a sign. You get more. Blah blah. Like he started telling him all that. Yeah, and then he goes, he looks at him. He goes, "Man, when you get serious with the real price, let me know." And then
Good businessman.
And then the Galaxy Records guy goes, I am. And then he hands him his card and he walks off. And he kind of looks at it and then he puts it in his pocket, right? So then it comes back to Curtis Blow. Now, I've never noticed this before.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
All right, I never noticed this before.
Okay.
He's rapping this song.
Okay.
He's rapping the If I Ruled the World song, right? But I had the subtitles on, so I'm reading everything he's saying. Bro, he's saying like crazy prolific shit.
Wait, I think you're using the word prolific wrong, but what do you mean?
He's saying
prolific
like
means a lot. Like it's a lot.
Oh damn, nigga. He's saying like profound shit.
Okay.
Like where you're like, but it's funny. It made me laugh because I was like, oh, it's hard to notice because he's saying it in that cadence.
So what's like? Give me an example.
You gotta watch what you eat because the government will put the bad shit up in it. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I'm reading it and I'm like, yeah, like everything he was talking about, like Africa. He was talking
Bush
about government.
Behind 9/11.
Yeah. You gotta look at Tower 7.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not playing, bro. When you watch that scene, because it's a long scene where it's just on him and he's doing the rap. Yeah. But I mean, he's actually, if you're listening, he's talking about government in Africa. He's talking about the welfare. He's talking about how there's no food for people. Actual starvation. But he's doing it in that. Yeah, I'm here to say people can't eat in Zimbabwe. I can't wait for you to watch that one scene specifically because I want you to be like, yeah, bro, he was actually saying some like deep shit. He is. It's hard to not laugh. But he's pretty much saying the exact same thing Kendrick Lamar is saying. It's just different cadence. So
the blacker the berry, the sweeter
the juice.
Yeah.
and we gonna be all right.
Yeah, it definitely changes the context of the song.
It really does.
Yeah.
Hardcore. So Run DMC, they show up late. Right?
Okay.
They show up right as the song's ending, right? And then, the guy's like, they're here. And then Russell's about to go off. He's like, man, where were you, blah, blah. He's like, don't worry, man, I got a surprise. He's like, you got a surprise? He's like, man, just trust me, man, I got a surprise. Just watch. He's like, what? And then he goes on stage. And then everybody's like, oh, Run DMC. Crowd loses their shit. It's a big crowd. And they come out and they go, y'all ready to rock? Yeah. All right, before we start, can y'all meet somebody for me? I want y'all to put your hands together for a good friend of mine, Miss Sheila E. And then she comes out with her band, right? Mm-hmm. And then she starts killing it. Rock, rock, holly rock. Everybody want to holly rock. Rock, rock, holly rock. Everybody want to holly rock. Say it.
Rock,
holly rock. Everybody want to holly rock. Yeah.
Rock, holly rock. Everybody want to holly rock.
This is actually one of those songs if I played, you'd be like, oh, I've actually might have heard that. It's because this is one of her big hits. Yeah, and it's a jingle and everything. And the cadence of the chorus in the background goes, Holly rock, Holly rock. You're right, and then she starts murdering it. Mm-hmm. Killing it on the drum. Very Prince. She looks like Prince. I mean, her style is clearly like, oh, that's who her idol was at the time, or emulating. Mm-hmm. But killing it. Don't you want to be my bitch? Good God. Holly rock. Just murdering her, right? Crowd is going crazy. Crowd's going crazy. The promoter comes up to Russell, though, and says, like, hey, I still paid for Run DMC to do this many songs. They better do it or I'm not giving the money, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like all this shit. Right. So Russell's pissed. You know what I mean? But he's watching and she's
killing it.
Destroying.
Right.
So she comes off stage. Everybody goes nuts. She gives Run a big hug and kiss immediately. Right. Run. She's like, oh my God, thank you. Kisses him on the lips.
Yeah.
All right. He's like, oh, so they're holding hands now. And as they're holding hands, Russell runs up. He goes, yo, what the hell was that, man? What the hell do you think this is? He's like, what do you mean, man? She killed it. He's like, man, I don't give a fuck what she did. I decide who goes on that stage. I'm your boss. I tell you what to do. You don't fucking put anyone on that stage without running it by me first. You understand me? And then Run looks at him. He's like, man, I'm out of here. He's like, what? And then he walks off. Right? So he's holding on to Sheila and they're walking off. And then he goes, and then the guy's like, man, I'm not paying you then, blah, blah, blah. And then he tells DMC and Jam Master Jay, he's like, go get on stage. He tells the guy, start the concert. He'll be up there in 1 second. He goes and he runs off, right? So Run's about to walk out and he goes, hey, man. He's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? He's like, man, I'm breaking out. And then he grabs him and like throws him. Like, and they start tussling for a second and he stops him. And he goes, you're going to get on that stage right now. And then Run's looking at him, and then he can tell, like Big Brother, like, he eyes him down, like, and then Run's like, and then he storms off to the stage, right? And he looks at Sheila like, what? And then Sheila's like mad at him.
Yeah, okay, whatever, Sheila.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you hear the crowd, run. And then you hear, run. Like Janice, right? Run. And like while run. And he comes out, right? Crowd loses its fucking mind. And then he goes, now it's about that time for us to say that we are Run DMC and that's your Master J. Crowd goes crazy, right? And then he stops and he goes, this is my favorite part of the movie, bro. And this is also probably the most quotable line in the movie. And I mean, one of the most quotable songs that they have. Now, we have a lot of superstars in the house tonight. We've had a lot of superstars on this stage. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my motherfucking house. And then he turns and he looks at his brother, and his brother's like, you know what I mean? And he goes, and when I say whose house, and he's still staring at his brother, y'all say Run's house. Whose house?
Run's house.
Whose house?
Run's house.
Whose house?
Run's house.
Now DJ Run's my name. Jam Master J is his. That's DMC. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Bro, the crowd just literally, right? Bro, one of the coolest shots of all time.
That's dope.
Just a concert, just like Also, to like even to be there for that shoot, it still would have been like
powerful.
Oh, that's like a real concert.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, they're going off, bro. And they do the full song. That's like that, and that's the way it is. You've heard that one, yeah? Come on, baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, Run DMC. They have hits on hits on hits on hits, hits on hits. And they starred in their own movie.
It's weird. That is weird, though.
And people, I mean, it's a cult classic, so all black people know. And then people who love old school hip hop, of course, they know.
Right.
But yeah, the modern person definitely wouldn't know. So, Russell and Rick go to Russell and Rick Rubin. They go to a club that night. This is after the show.
Right.
And then they see Run DMC and Sheila E. and they're all at a table over there. And Russell runs up. Yo, man, what the fuck is your problem, man? And he's looking at him. And then Run goes, hey, bro, you need to know something. The people out there, they're screaming for me. Run. They're not out there for Russell DMC. Run DMC. All right? And then he orders some more drinks, and then his brother's like, man, you need to slow down on this shit. He's like, man, don't tell me what the fuck to do. And then Sheila's like, you need to slow down. You're a little too drunk tonight. He's like, bitch, what the fuck's wrong with you? Let's go. And then they all start arguing, and she's like, man, look, let's just leave. Right? So they walk off, right? As they walk off, DMC walks up, and he goes, man, why are you fronting on your brother? This is to Russell.
Right.
And Russell's like, what do you mean? And DMC's like, man, at the end of the day, he just wanted you to appreciate Sheila. All he wants is your approval, man. You couldn't just give him that? You know what I mean? You fucking bugging. And then he walks off. Okay? So Run is like talking to Sheila. He's like, come on, you why are you not gonna let me come over? And she's like, yo, I just don't see you like that. I don't see us going that way. He's like, what? After everything tonight, you still not gonna let me come to your place? And she's like, look, I see you like a little brother. He's like, what? A little brother? What about when you kissed me earlier and when you fucking holding my hand? What was all that shit? She was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was just, it was in the moment, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, what the fuck is this? And then she's like, look, listen, I don't see you that way. And then like he could kind of tell like, oh, she played him.
Yeah.
He's piecing it together. And he goes, man, this is bullshit. I can have any girl here. And then he walks off and he starts talking to some girl and then starts making out with her immediately. Like he's running, you know what I mean? Like in a second, he starts making out with her, And then she kind of looks at him and she's like, ugh, right? So as that's happening, Russell walks up and he apologizes to Sheila. He's like, hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about tonight. You did great. You know what I mean? You were great. I didn't mean for any of that, right? And then he goes, I hope I didn't ruin anything with you and Run. I thought you guys had something. And then she said, well, you thought wrong, Russell. We hadn't, it ain't like that. And then right then she looks over and Run leaves with that girl. Right? And then she's like, I'm out of here. And he's like, well, let me at least make sure you get home safe. And she's like, okay. Right? So they leave. Okay? So the Galaxy Records guy has Run in his limo now with that girl that he left with. And he's promising him everything. Promising him, I'm going to get you this, I'm going to get you that, I'm going to get you all the money in the world. You'll be the biggest star in the world. You know what I mean? You guys will be bigger than anything in the world. And he goes, and your brother, I'll tell you, I gave your brother this deal. He turned it down. He didn't even talk to you guys about it apparently, blah, blah, blah. And like he's getting him to turn on his brother. You know what I mean? And Russell's like, he didn't tell us about any of this. How much money? He's like 20. He's like, what? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, you don't want to be with your brother, man. This opportunity might not be here tomorrow. Just letting you know. Right? And as this is happening, Run looks out his window and he sees Russell getting in a cab with the Sheila E. girl. All right? So he's like, the fuck, you know what I mean? So
what a Three's Company moment.
Yeah.
But like with stakes.
But with rap stakes.
Yeah, rap stakes.
So the Fat Boys are walking around, right?
Fat Boys.
Yeah, I like this movie because it has a different storyline.
Fat Boys.
So they're walking around, and the one white guy has no pants. He's got newspaper just covering his pants on, right? And he clearly got bullied. Like the big buff dude that he keeps trying to holler at his girl took his pants. They fucked him, took his pants.
It's funny.
So he's got newspapers all over, and then the one of the Fat Boys grabs the clippings and says, hey, look at this. And it's like an audition for a big contest and at the Fever. First prize gets a record deal. Second place gets a bunch of equipment, studio equipment. All right.
Right.
So cut to now, they're back at the Krush Groove offices. Okay. DMC, it's Jam Master Jay, it's Rick Rubin, and then a bunch of execs. And they're all watching in this girl audition. And she's killing it. And they're all like, oh my God, this girl's a hit. I'm glad we did this. This is great, right? So they sign her. They say she's great. And then they look outside and they're like, hey guys, no more auditions. That's it. There's a bunch of people outside. They're like, no more auditions. We're done. They close the door, and then a dude, and a guy, like these three guys walk in anyway. And they're like, yo, what the fuck, man? No auditions. And then Jam Master Jay goes to pull out a gun. He's like, yo, man, we fucking told you no more auditions. And they're like, whoa, calm down. And they stop it. And then you look up, bro. And the dude looking at a mean mug and is like this. maybe like 16, 17 years old. LL Cool J.
That's insane.
So LL Cool J, they're like, hey man, you gotta go. And LA goes, box. And then they go, look, man, no more auditions. And he goes, my radio, believe me, I like it loud. I'm a man with the box that can rock the crowd, walking down the street with my hardcore beat while my JVC vibrates the concrete. I'm sorry if you can't understand, but I need a radio inside my hand. No need to offend other citizens, but I kick my volume way past 10. My story is rough. My neighborhood was tough, but I still rock gold and I'm out to crush because my name is Cool J. I devastate the show, but I couldn't survive without a radio. And then they're like, signed. And he's just looking at him, and they're like, dude, signed, done. Everybody's just, yo, and then Jam Master goes, dude, I was about to fucking kill you, bro. You're great. And then he walks out, bro, and it's like, it's definitely one of my favorite scenes in the movie because it's just like this young LL, so powerful, and such clear, like, oh, that's a superstar.
I wonder if you showed that LL the accidental racist song. You know what I mean? Like if you showed like pre-superstar LL when he was like hungry.
No one even knows who that was.
When he
that was his first thing ever.
And he wants to like come up and he's like trying to, and he was actually
and he's got skills. He was training. Yeah, he got
and
lyrics.
He's well respected. And showed him accidental racist. I wonder what he would think. But whatever, he's rich now.
Yeah,
like
I wonder if young him would think, get paid, man. Or if younger him would be like, never. I would never be that.
I think younger him would be the second one. Younger people are idealistic, and then they wave the NCIS money.
I was about to say that, nigga, you get the NCIS check. It's like, how many seasons?
What?
75,000 episode, 20-something episodes a season on season 18? Yeah. I'll sing whatever fucking song you need.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. But yeah, that's a good question. By the way, also, if you don't know what we're talking about, go look up Accidental Racist.
Yes.
Pause this. We don't mind at all.
Yeah. LL Cool J, Accidental Racist.
Enjoy those 4 minutes. Come on back.
Yeah.
So.
Forget my chains. I just remember that line. He'll forget his chains.
Dude, have fun, guys. If you get lost in that rabbit hole. But come back. Finish the episode.
Yes.
So, Run comes in.
Right.
And he's pissed, right? And he's looking for Russell. And this is right after the LL Cool J thing. So he's like, yo, where the fuck is Russell? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, Russell's down judging that talent, that audition contest for the Fever, like the talent show. And then he tells them how the Galaxy Records offered him this big deal, and he didn't tell him anything about it, and blah, blah, blah. And then DMC gets pissed too. He's like, what? Get the fuck out of here. And Jam Master Jay's like, oh, man, that's crazy. And then they leave.
Yeah.
You know, they're all like, what? You know what I mean? Like, we can have money? So, cut to Russell's judging the contest. The band New Edition is performing.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Yeah. Candy Girl.
I don't think I know any of their songs. I just know them.
You don't know that song?
No.
Candy Girl, what I want to say, you're sweet.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, they have also one of the biggest. One of the biggest groups of the '80s. It's crazy. You don't know any of this. You don't know the '80s stuff. What are you '90s up?
Yeah, pretty much. Just pop music.
This is all pop music. That's what I'm saying. You
but
90s up.
90s
yeah,
up
this is '80s.
Yeah. With the ones that I was around for. I never went backwards.
Yeah. Other than all of ABBA and Journey, so you do know '80s pop.
I don't know all of ABBA and Journey.
No, I'm saying, but
songs.
I'm saying, but like you know, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you only know 2 songs of ABBA?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, Dancing Queen, and the other one. I can't even name it.
I guess it's one of those things. It's like if I played it, you probably know it.
Yeah, probably.
It's like Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
You know how many? It's like you might say I only know 2 songs, but if I played 10 of them, you'd be like, I know all 10 of those songs.
Yeah. I've heard
Come on, dog.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, come on, it's music, baby. So the fucking New Edition, the actual New Edition,
right?
And on stage, you see a young Bobby Brown. I don't know if you knew Bobby Brown was in New Edition.
No, I had no idea.
Bobby Brown was in New Edition before he became Bobby Brown.
Okay. So Bobby Brown's just been huge.
Yeah, you see 15, 14-year-old Bobby Brown in this. Jeez. Maybe they're kids. They're kids.
I didn't know that.
They're maybe teenagers. Maybe at the oldest they're 16, 17.
Okay.
But he looks 13, 14.
Okay.
But they might have been 16, 17. But
you know what they say, black don't crack. So
yeah, it cracked for him. Until it will crack. Crack makes crack. Crack makes black crack.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
So don't smoke crack.
Don't.
And you won't crack. So they're killing it. They're killing the crowd. The black guy you see the black guy asks Russ, like Russell walks off.
Yeah.
And you see the black guy come up to him and he asks how the record company's doing.
Right.
He goes, how's our record company doing? And then Russell goes, what? And he goes, well, if you don't get me my money, it's going to be our record company. So how's it doing? And he's like, look, man, I'm going to get it to you. He goes, you have 7 days. And he goes, oh, but I need a little more time. But he's like, you have 7 days to give me all of it.
They're not making money on these shows and these. Not making any money on that? Really?
Not in the beginning.
And the record sales?
Not in the beginning. To start a company like that, no way.
Oh, I guess.
To start something that big, you'd have to. It would take a while.
Oh, Jesus! All right. Well, this is a bad situation.
Yeah. So he goes, like you have 7 days, or I'm gonna drop you to your knees. And he's like, right. And so he goes back and he sits down, and then the guy goes, next in the contest. Up next, we have a group.
Pet Boys.
Huh?
Pet Boys.
The Beastie Boys. A young Beastie Boys
This
comes
is
out.
insane.
I know, dude. I'll tell you, you're gonna love because you're like, get the fuck out of here.
Insane.
So they come out, they start rapping, and they're kind of getting booed.
Okay. And
then that's it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Good cameo.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy cameo. But they kill it, though. They
Right.
still kill it. They don't give a fuck, and they just do their thing. Right? So one of the fat boys he doesn't want to do it. He's like, oh, he's backing out. I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. He's cheering. And they're pressuring him. He's like, oh, come on, man, you got to do it. He's like, oh, I don't really want to do this. This sucks. You know what I mean? And then he goes, man, I'm scared. And they go, why are you scared? He goes, man, because we're fat. He goes, so he's like, people are going to laugh at us. People laugh at fat people. He's like, oh, man, don't worry about that. And he goes, I'm not doing it. And they go, well, I guess we're not going to do it. He's like, well, I'm not telling y'all to not do it. And they go, man, it's all or nothing. Either we're all doing it
Or none of us.
or none of us do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how it's going to go down. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. Right? So they go, and then he goes, ladies and gents, the Disco 3. So they come out. Let's get funky. Get on down. Let's get funky. The crowd's like starting to feel it. Get on down.
And the one guy's beatboxing.
And then they start rapping, bro, and they're killing it. Curtis Blow's loving it. Russell's feeling them, but he's clearly distracted, and then he leaves. Like
Okay.
he's just like, and then he like he's feeling them, and then he's like, and then he leaves, right? And he runs up to while they're still killing it, he runs up to the white guy from Galaxy Records.
Right.
Right? And he goes, hey, man, the $20,000 deal, I don't know if I can do that, but how about this? $100,000, I'll give you my whole label. Curtis Blow, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Run DMC, you can have everybody. I'll give you everything. 100,000, you can have the whole thing, not just Run DMC.
Right.
And the guy looks at him, he goes, your whole label? Well, I don't need that. I already signed Run DMC this morning. And he's like, what? He goes, yeah, I signed Run DMC this morning. The Galaxy Records, they're signed, baby. He's like, you didn't know? And he's like, smile, you like cocky, like, you know? And the Russ was like, what? And then right then Run DMC come up.
Right.
And they're like, yo, what up, Russ? He's like, you did that, man? He's like, yep. And then they just start fighting. Pow, 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 pow. Everybody has to break it up. You know what I mean? They're yelling at each other, fuck you, man. No, fuck you, man. And then they leave.
Right.
All right? So, contest ends, and they're announcing the winner, and the winner is New Edition. Fat boys start crying their ass off. Crying. Like screaming, crying, like wailing, okay? Curtis Blow looks over, and he's like, oh, God. All right, and he gets up, and then he goes, hey, guys, come on, man. Fellas, you guys did great. What are you crying for? They're like, oh, we didn't win. Like, it's all right, guys. You're not going to win sometimes. You guys still rock the house. You're amazing. And I'll tell you what, at all these shows, they have an alternate just in case for some reason one of the bands don't show up. So I'll make sure you guys are the alternate, man. I think you guys are that dope. And so if you guys are there, you're the alternate. You never know. And they're like, for real, Curtis? He's like, yeah, absolutely, man. Just stop crying, guys. And they're like, oh, thank you, man. And they're like, thank you. You know, and he walks off. He's like, all right, fellas. You know? So cuts to Russell, and he's on his roof, and he's working out. He's doing pull-ups, okay? He's pissed. You can tell he's mad. Curtis Blow walks up, all right? And right as he walks up, he's like, hey, yo, man. And then Russell cuts him off. He goes, I know. Galaxy got you too, huh? What, you here to just tell me? And then he goes, yeah, man, they offered me $500,000. He goes, yeah, I know they did, blah, blah, blah. Man, who gives a shit? Go ahead and just be with them. He goes, hey, man, I came here to ask you for advice. I didn't take shit. He's like, we started together, man. He's like, you think I would do you like that? You know what I mean? He's like, that's how, like you telling him like how, like, from day one, you've had my career. You've just had my back from just running, my songs on tape to everybody, telling everybody to listen to me, like that kind of shit. He's like, you think I would leave you for that, man? He's like, oh, man, I'm sorry. He's like, I just wanted your advice. What should I do? He's like, you want my advice? Just take it. Take it. He goes, you sure? He goes, man, listen, we're through. He's like, our record company's through. It's over. It's done, all right? And then Curtis Blow's like, I guess, man. And then he leaves. Okay? So the Fat Boys, they're still crying. Like, they're wiping their tears away as they're walking down the street, right? They're still crying, like, man, I can't believe we lost. And as they're walking by, they look over, and they see a Sbarro, all you can eat. And they all go, and this is the best song of the movie. You hear, all you can eat, you can eat, you can eat, you can eat. All you can eat, you can eat, you can eat. $3.99 for all you can eat. Well, I'ma stuff my face to a funky beat, bro. And then they start going down the Sbarro line. It's amazing. You're gonna like and freestyling about everything they're eating, and just like going nuts, bro. So much food. Put some soda on, give me some hot macaroni and cheese. Give me some of those cold peas. Bro, they're just going nuts, right? And then they're getting everything like, we eat everything at an incredible feat. $3.99 for all you can eat. Oh, you can eat, you can eat, you can eat.
They should. That's the song they should have auditioned
Oh,
with.
you can eat. Oh. I love how you know that you're a good movie writer.
Yeah.
So they go, they do that whole song. They literally, they clean it up, and then they go in for seconds. So they're like, all right. And then the one guy goes, yo, Buff, we ain't got all night. The other one goes, come on, Buff, show us what you like. And he's like, give me some. And they're like, what? And what else? And give me a little. And he's just murdering it, bro, as he's like, and then what about that? It's a little. Like crazy sound effects. I can't. You know what I mean?
That's so funny. I want to put the actual beatboxing and your beatboxing side by side.
That's on me. It's just a nigga having a heart attack.
Yeah, what's happening? Are you coming?
Oh God. Bro, at this point in the song,
yeah,
the Sbarro, the people behind the register, they're pissed, and they're giving them uncooked food. Uncooked salami, a fucking pumpkin, nigga, like, just... And they're like, oh, you can eat. And then they clear all that, right? And then the one guy goes, hey, you guys do not pay. You do not pay. And then they're like, no money. And then they run out laughing, and they just ditch after clearing out an entire Sbarro's.
That's great.
Okay?
Yeah. It's also your fault for having all you can eat Sbarro's. What are you doing?
And not making them pay first. You dumb. What are you, a fucking real restaurant? You idiots? What are y'all doing? So they run off, right? And now they're somewhere. They're on a stoop and they're laughing. They're like, oh man, I can't believe we did that. And then the one guy goes, he's like, man, you look how fat you are. And the guy goes, man, I'm not fat. And then the guy goes, the other one, because the one white guy, he calls one of them fat. And he's like, man, I'm not fat. He goes, man, see right there, that's why we lost. We ain't honest. We up there rapping about trying to be sexy and cool, man. We should rap about how fat we are and how we like food. That's why I was like, yes, clearly,
yeah.
That's what they should have did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, man, fat boys who like food. Ain't nobody talking about that. And then the one guy goes, yeah, fat boys. That's deaf. And the guy goes, yeah, that's kind of hot. Nobody ever calls themselves fat. Word. We're the fucking fat boys. And they're like, yeah. And then they became that. I mean, that's a real rap group who was huge in the 80s. Fat boys. Dude, everybody in this movie was huge in the 80s. Insane. You know what I mean?
Is that really them? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone in the movie is them. Everyone in the movie. Only person who's not them is Russell Simmons.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's in the paper the next day that everyone left Russell to sign with Galaxy Records, like Curtis Blow, Dr. Chocolate, Mr. Hyde, all these people. And Run DMC is in the studio making a new song. Russell is laying in bed and he's like thinking of the whole movie. You know when somebody's having a thinking montage of the whole movie?
Yeah, you see the whole movie again?
Yeah. Like in thought form?
Yeah, I know. Are we, okay, because this is something that's really funny, because Rocky did this like a third of the way through the movie.
Yes.
Are we halfway through the movie?
We're third of the through the movie. That's the only time. You have to do this third of the way.
You can do this 2/3 of the way when there's more movie to think about.
Wait, that's what I mean, right? 2/3?
No, a third. Like Rocky did it like pretty early in the movie.
Yeah, Rocky 4 did it like, in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Weird. Most movies,
Yeah.
when they do a thinking montage,
They're like 2/3 in, right?
it's 2/3 in.
Okay, so we're not like a third in. It's not like too early to have this montage.
No. This is exactly when this montage is supposed to be.
Okay,
when you're supposed to sit back and go, what happened in this movie?
Montage time. That's what it stands for.
Yo, when a nigga does that,
Yeah,
you know it's
it's
montage
montage
time.
time.
And a song's playing, but
And he's sad.
Oh, he's sad.
He's always
and
sad.
He's regretting every decision he's made
Thinking
throughout
about
this
where he went wrong.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's montage time. That's what we. This is the universal symbol for a montage is about to happen. Is this?
So as he's doing that, he goes through the whole montage, and then he comes up with an idea, and he runs and he wakes up Rick Rubin, and then they go to the studio, and then they produced that Holly Rock song for Sheila E.
Right.
So they go in the Holly Rock, and they get it on wax, right?
Yeah.
And they cut back to Curtis Blow, and he's watching Run DMC through the glass while they're doing their new song,
Yeah.
and he's not feeling it. He's just not. He's looking around at all the other execs that are in the room. He's just not feeling the vibe.
Right.
This is all execy now. They're in like a big nice studio and all that shit. And so cuts back to Russell and Sheila. They finish the record and they kiss, just like how the brother. You know what I mean? She's all excited they kiss. So he grabs a bunch of records and then he goes to a guy to like help him move them. And the guy goes, "Man, I'm not helping you." He goes, "Why?" It's like, "You owe JB money." He goes, "Everybody in this town knows you owe that JB dude money, man. We can't get involved with you now. You're involved with fucking loan sharks and shit." And he's like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, fucked, right? So you hear,
Ooh.
yeah.
How does he get out of this?
So they're now at the bigger talent show.
Okay.
All right? The crowd is humongous. Huge. Right as it's about to start, the guy running the talent show gets a call, and he goes, "New edition just canceled. We need the alternate group." Right? And then the one guy's like, no, we can't have the alternate group. We're just going to go with what we have, blah, blah, blah. We don't want these guys on the stage. And then Curtis Blow has to beg for them to get on stage. And the guy's like, come on. He's like, man, come on, bro. It's me, Curtis. I'll owe you one. And then the guy's like, all right, I'll let him up. He's like, all right, go, man. You guys are up. And they're like, what? They're like, you're up now. What? And they're like, what? And so they send him right up, right? Yeah. And so they're looking at the crowd. They're not cheering for me. The crowd's just kind of looking at him. And they're kind of looking at him. And they all got like black jackets on with like raccoon hats. And then the white dude goes, "Man, 1 2 1 2, and we said 1 2. We are the Fat Boys," and everybody starts laughing at him.
Yeah.
Okay. And they look at him, and then the one guy goes, "Man, let me hear you say Fat Boys, Fat Boys." "No, then let me hear you say Fat Boys,
Fat Boys."
"Let me hear you say Fat," and then the music is Boys, Fat Boys. As the crowd going, Fat Boy, fat boys. I mean, here you go, Fat Boy. And the crowd's like, "Oh, Fat Boy." And then they, of course, just, "Now we're the Fat Boys and we're fucking fat. We're so goddamn fat, we're gonna die soon. Diabetes, heart attack, what's it gonna be? Probably
obesity is an epidemic soon." They just know the future.
McDonald's will be on every corner." Yeah. Just everything that went wrong with the food industry. So they're going nuts. They're telling girls to come on stage, and that one hot girl that he's been chasing the whole movie,
right?
She leaves her buff guy and like runs on stage with him, and she's dancing with him, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, everybody's into it. And then at the end of the song, the girl kisses the white dude, right? And the crowd goes crazy. Right? And they run off stage. So as this is happening, right? They're like, all right, and that's our show, everybody, blah, blah, blah. Here we're going to announce the winners. So they announce the third place winner, and then they announce the second place winner. So as they're announcing the second place winner, the Fat Boys are in the back looking at all that equipment that the second place winner gets. And they're like, "Oh my God, this is dope. They're oh, we need this. You know what I mean? Like all this shit, right? And then they announce the second place winner, some kid who went up earlier. And then they go, "And first prize, which includes like $5,000 and a recording contract. The Fat Boys." And then it cuts back to, and they're like, the Fat Boys, and nobody comes out. "The Fat Boys." And then it goes to the back of the crowd, and then they're fighting the kid because they're like, "We want the fucking studio equipment." And they're like, and the one goes, "No, you guys got a record contract and money." "Man, fuck that, we want that shit." They're going, like literally fighting the kid. Like they have to break it up. And the kid's like, "No, man, y'all get a contract. This is my stuff." And so then they go out to go get their record deal, and they're like, "This is bullshit." Like they're like not happy about it. They're great.
That's funny.
They're great.
I like them. Fat Boys.
Fat Boys.
Fat Boys.
Fat Boys. So at a club, this is at another club, Russell's still trying to get the Sheila E. record played.
Okay.
The two buff guys who work for JB, they notice him there. Right? So they wait for him to come down and they corner him. And then Russell's like, yo, man, what is all this about? And they're like, where's the money? He's like, look, man, I already talked to JB. We worked it out. And then they go, what? And and then the one guy goes, I don't think you understand what's going on. And then Russell's like, I understand. And he tries to walk off. And then they grab him by his dick and his nuts and they twist. And I mean, like, and then they lift him in the air. And he's just like, like screaming. And then he's like, I think you understand. Either have his money by the night, all of it, or we're going to rip your fucking shit off. And then they drop him. And he's like, which is also, I was like, damn, this is really graphic for this kind of movie.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Jesus. You know what I mean? So it's now 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And he goes and he wakes up Sheila Russell. And he's like, hey, I need somewhere to sleep tonight. Is it okay if I crash here? She's like, yeah, cool. Come on in, right? So she invites him in. In the studio, Run DMC, they're happy and they're counting money and they're feeling good. And then Curtis Blow comes in. And he's like, yo, man, this ain't right. He goes, what? He goes, your brother ain't here no more. I don't feel comfortable about this shit. I'm out of here. I'm out of this deal. He's like, what? What are you talking about, man? What do you mean? He's like, man, this is how you want to live your life, fighting with your brother, never talking to him, and that's it. He's like, I ain't trying to be that way, man. He's been with us forever. We all started together. I'm not with that. He's like, I'm not trying to live that life. He's like, man, the life I'm trying to live is paid. I want to be paid. That's who I am. And he goes, well, I'm done. Curtis Blow leaves. So DMC looks at him and he goes, yo, man, I agree with Curtis. You've been illin'. He's like, man, fuck illin'. I'm chilling. And then he pulls out a big wad of cash, starts counting it, right? He goes, nah, bro. And then Jam Master Jay's like, man, if you do that to your own brother, what would you do to us? We out. And then they leave. Which is also a good point. If you're in a group, if you see somebody do their brother, like their actual blood brother wrong, you would be like, well, what are you going to do once you get offered a solo deal? Like the moment you get a solo deal. Are you going to do it and not even talk to it? Because I'm never mad at the guy in a group, because that happens in a lot of movies. Where the guy in the group, he goes solo.
Yeah.
I'm never mad at the guy going solo.
You have to talk to him.
I don't think the group is there. I mean, the group will be mad. It's like a Band-Aid. They're going to be mad, but the friendship is not gone. I think you only lose the friendship when it's behind the back stuff. Or is that just, you know what I mean?
Maybe. I don't know. You don't know how people take things. People take things business-wise very personally.
How would you feel if I left Spoil the Beans without telling you?
That would suck. I'd be like, what? We did so many episodes for no reason.
Also, I would be more of just like, if you did it without telling me, I'd be like, bro, I thought we were fucking best friends.
Yeah. That's something you have to tell me about.
Jesus.
Yeah, we work on this together. That's weird. That would be weird.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
We started it together. And you know what I mean? It's like, you didn't come in, like.
Yeah. Although there has been this effort to push me off. And I feel like this is just a warning movie. No,
it's not a warning movie.
Yeah.
No, nothing at all. I'm not this character in any way. So you see Sheila E. sleeping.
Okay.
Right? You see her sleeping. And then you see a hand come out and you see Russell lighting a candle. And then she wakes up. She looks and then he's like on the bed. He's just looking at the candle like this. And then she leans into him. Ear. Tender love, tender love. Bro, this scene is so crazy sexy. It's crazy. They show him like licking her back, like literally like from bottom to top.
Oh, that's hot.
All the tender love you're giving to me. Right? Now, this is what's funny about this. Because I told Sam this. She's like, shut up. So this song that's playing during this whole sex scene is this song called Tender Love, which is a hit song in the 80s.
Right.
R&B song. And it's extremely high pitched. Tender love. I can't even get, tender love. Yeah. That's how you're doing me. It's like one of those kind of songs, right?
Right.
The two gentlemen singing this song are the two buff guys who beat him up earlier in this film.
It's wild.
And you don't really notice until Sam said, oh, that's why they're dressed like that. Because they're supposed to be like the scary muscle.
Right.
But they're dressed like, and you'll notice this when you see them, R&B singers. It's just, bro, I mean buff like the two niggas that beat up Jussie Smollett.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you see them, you're going to be like, oh, these are... Now imagine those two dudes singing, tender love, tender love. They got jerry curls. They got like the knit gloves. You know what I mean? Like the sashes, like all the makeup on for sure.
What's their name?
Oh, God. I'll have to look it up. I don't remember
the Jussie Smollett guys?
I want to say, and I could be wrong, Tony. But I think Tony.
Yeah, that's three. There's three Tonys and Tony.
That's not Tony. But they're in that era of time. They came out in the era of time, and they sound like that.
Okay.
But it's funny because this was their one hit. They were one hit wonders. But it's just funny to me that they're in this and they're supposed to be the tough guys and they're like songwriters.
Yeah. They're like they write this song.
Tender love.
You know, I was always impressed by Tony. Wait, they found a way to spell Tony 3 times.
Tony. And it's not weird. So the next morning, Run drives his dope ass Cadillac up to Sheila E's, right? Yeah. He knocks, and she goes, Russell? And she lets him in, and then he goes, no, this ain't Russell. And then he comes in, right? And right when he comes in, he looks and he notices the sheets, he notices the candle, and he goes, man, I'm fucking out of here, right? And he's like, why did I come in? And she's like, Russell, no, your brother's in trouble. He needs you.
Run.
He goes, Run, I'm sorry. Run, he needs you. Russell needs you. You fucked him. Why don't you help him? And then she slaps the shit out of him. Bow. She's like, hey, you said, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't give a shit about anyone but yourself. You know what? You stay here. I'll go help your brother. And he goes, all right, fine. I'll help him. Where is he? She's like, shut up. You don't care. I'll help him. Where is he? He's at Rick's. He storms out, right? So he drives over to, he pulls up and he runs in at Rick Rubin's place. He sees a bunch of people outside his door, like listening. Like he's like, what the fuck? He opens the door. Russell's getting his ass beat by the 2 beautifully singing buff guys, okay? And who are also dressed in mesh shirts. Mesh shirts.
Well, that's how you beat up people. You beat up people in mesh, bro. Yeah,
bro.
It's your fighting clothes.
They're beating him up, and then they tell him, this is going to happen every day. And so Run runs in and he tries to help, and then they beat up him as well.
Yeah.
And then they grab Russell, and they go, this is going to happen every day till Jay gets his money. Whoosh, slap effect. And I mean literally. Whoosh, slap sound effect. So funny. So fucking funny. Because they didn't use any sound effects the whole movie. And then just out of nowhere.
Like so clear.
Whoosh.
And the screen went kapow.
Yeah. Slap. That's what I said. Slap.
Yeah. Krush Groovin.
So they're leaving, right? The 2 bucks, they leave. So the Russell's all beat up. He's bloody to shit. He goes, man, what made you think your fly behind was going to run in here and do something, man? He was like, I was trying to help you. He's like, help me. And they kind of laughs at him. He's like, they were getting tired. He's like, man, tired of kicking your butt. And they kind of look at each other, and he goes, hey, man. Run's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. You've done so much for me. I mean, God, that's all I can even say is how much you've done for me. And he's like, stop it. That's all you have to say. And then he goes, it's my fault. I shouldn't always be treating you like my little brother. And he goes, stop. Hold up. Dude, I am your little brother. He's like, and then they hug, right? So Sheila walks up, and they're all staring. He's all beat up, and they're all hugging each other, and they're kind of like laughing. And then as they're all walking out, he goes, hey, man. Russell's like, hey, man, I hate to bring this up right now, but you think you could loan your older brother a few bucks? And he's like, how much you need? He goes, not much. How much is not much? $5,000. Yeah, you got it, right? And he smiles, and he goes, hey, man, what made you come by anyway? He goes, Sheila, man. She's really in your corner. He's like, hey, about that. I don't want any beef. He's like, no, don't worry. Like, she likes me, man, but she loves you, and that's all good, whatever. He goes, well, let me ask you this. He goes, what? He goes, what do you think about being me and, DMC's manager again? He goes, man, what? You don't need me. You got Galaxy Records, blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, we got Galaxy Records. I do need you. Be my manager. Let's do this thing right. He's like, let's do it right? So they hug. Next thing, they're having this gigantic meeting. So everybody that's pretty much the origination of Def Jam Records now is in this meeting.
Okay.
Like, for real. Because that's what this movie is. Crusher is Def Jam.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
This is the story. Also, this is
the
actual true story of the building of Def Jam. Damn. They movie-ized it, of course, but this is how it started.
He's got his ass whooped, huh?
Yeah. So, they're having the big meeting with everybody there, and they're inviting Russell back to the fold, and they're so glad he's back. And then right then they show the Fat Boys walking into the club, and they're like allowed to cut the line and get in by security, and they're so happy about that. You know what I mean? And then they show Russell paying the JB guy all the money, and then the JB guys. It's so funny how the JB guy's mood shifts immediately. He gets his money, and he goes, "Hey man, I want you to know this wasn't personal in any way." And it's like, oh, that's so scary, because that's how all real loan sharks are. Like a real loan shark.
Yeah.
A real loan shark is only intimidated the moment you hand them the money. They're like, "Oh, dude, hey, you know I was just doing my job, right?"
Yeah, I guess come by, grab some beers.
Yeah, yeah. That's
terrifying,
horrifying to me. The idea there are real loan sharks out there, probably, right? That's a real job.
Probably, definitely.
How do you find that? How do you find? I need 10 grand
Beaners,
now.
help us out. How do we find a loan shark?
Beaners, Derek needs 10 grand by tomorrow. Let's get it done.
Where does
Help
he
us
go?
out.
Where does he
Where
go?
do I go? Let us know. So right then, this other white guy this like radio DJ guy, he grabs the mic and he goes, hey, I just real quick, we got everybody here. Everybody's so rich and famous now and all this. But let's see if y'all still got it. Let's see if y'all can still kick it old school. Kick a beat. And they kick a freestyle beat. And then he goes, Curtis Blow, why don't you come start us off? And the whole crowd goes, which is all superstar Def Jam rappers.
Right.
They're like, oh, you know what I mean? And then he's like, no. He's like, no, we got to kick this thing off right. Let's kick it off with the new guys of this crew, the Fat Boys. And then you hear Krush Groovin, body moving. And then the Fat Boys start freestyling. And so like, we're the Fat Boys. We're new to the label. Like, and they're just like, they start killing. Bro, this scene's crazy because it feels like they're actually freestyling and it feels genuine.
Okay.
Everyone, because you can tell everyone in this room is like, it'd be like if it was me, you, Brian, and Ron, and we were all kicking it. You know what I mean? Like just a crew of guys who clearly started together and know each other. Okay. You know? So they're all freestyling, and then so the Fat Boys go first, then Curtis Blow. The Fat Boys go first, and then they go, and now let's kick it to Run DMC. And then DMC kicks the dopest freestyle, bro. Krush Groove, the groove. When we groove, let's move, and we move when we move, y'all. Now this is something that we don't rehearse. DMC rhymes second, but I rhyme first. And like, bro, like they're so good. Also, Run DMC. Okay. How good they are at
just
playing
music?
Off each other. I mean, how many? No, that too. But how many? Not a lot of rappers. Even Outkast, right? That's a great group.
Okay.
They're not going word for word.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like,
and they're doing that. They're just like jumping back and forth. But
that's also every Run DMC song. It's like I'm talking about like when you talk about, I'm just talking about that literally in music. That's very impressive.
Yeah, that's mastered. That's timing. That's amazing.
You've mastered timing with another human being.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's crazy.
That's weird at the highest level.
At the highest level.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, they go and then they kick it off to Sheila E. Right, and then like Sheila E. She like does her thing right, and then she goes but you Curtis Blow, you can never be weak. Get on the mic, let me hear you speak. And then Curtis gets on, and then like I like how the beat changes, and he immediately changes with it. That's what made me feel it's real. He goes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm Curtis Blow. I'm Curtis Blow, the MC, and I'm the best, y'all. Right? And he's just like going with the beat. I'm like, yo, this scene is crazy, dude. This is crazy. And then it shows the whole time while this is happening, you see shots of LL Cool J just in the background. Not in the scene. Like you can tell he's like, he was so new. He wasn't even a guy at the time compared to like where the Fat Boys were.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, wow, that's so interesting. And then credits start rolling. Oh. Okay, as they're doing this, they're all doing this, their fun freestyle, right? You hear Krush Groovin, body moving. The camera moves over. They all circle up, and then they all start like doing like a dance off, like for real. Right? So you see, like even like the actor Blair Underwood, like everybody, like nobody's acting anymore. Everybody's out of character. Everybody's like, you know what I mean? Like talking shit, dance. So they do it like him and Sheila E. do a dance together. The execs who are really the guys who are pretending to be the execs all the time are really Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Okay.
Like the real rap group. You know what I mean?
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And so they do a crazy dance move. Then it shows LL Cool J. He clears the circle out, and then he kills it. He kills it, bro. Everyone's like, oh. And then the Fat Boys, one of them does like the worm. The one who can do all the beatboxing, he does like the worm, while the other one moonwalks forward.
Okay.
So the other one moonwalks forward, the other one does the worm, and then the other one does like the don't cry, which is like when you like you're laying down.
Okay.
And every time you hit, your ass comes in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like that. And so as that happens, he gets up and he starts beatboxing, and the crowd's like, fades to black, Krush Groove.
A lot of music. It's a very different movie than Castaway. More sounds. Way more sounds.
It's a Beauty and the Beast. It's a it's a musical. What was the last music we did with humans?
8 Mile?
8 Mile.
It's 8 Mile.
It's 8 Mile. It's musical humans.
It's
What'd you think?
with humans.
What'd you think real quick? What'd you think?
Well, I think I thought like all I can't wait to see all the rapping elements of it. Like I like the
80s rap.
I love that shit. That I liked. It seemed like the story was pretty whatever.
Well, you said it was a story. It was a reason.
It was a reason to get to the rapping. That's what I felt like.
I thought it was a reason. Like, how can we kind of just get everyone together?
Yeah. It seems like a very loosely like that's how it felt like. Okay, this is.
I love this movie
put together story.
because me and my brother watched this movie probably 200 times growing up.
Yeah.
Because it was just always on.
Yeah.
And we loved it, and it's always fun. And it's like 8 Mile, where all the battle scenes at 8 Mile, how they're like, they're great every time.
Yeah.
All the rap scenes in this, like when they're rapping at the school, when they're fucking in the contest, the Fat Boys, of course, the concert or Run DMC, like those moments, the end where they're all freestyling in the end, never gets old.
Yeah.
It never gets. It's just fun every time because you're just
that.
like, also, what makes it like 8 Mile. They're actually talented rappers rapping.
Yes. 8 Mile's like dark though. This doesn't seem super.
No.
dark.
I'm talking about when you watch 8 Mile, what's impressive about Eminem rapping or the homeboy who Proof in the beginning.
Yeah.
Those are real rappers.
Yeah. These are real.
These are real
people. They're singing like hits too.
Yeah, they're doing their hits. That's what I meant. Like it's like, that's impressive, and it must have been so much fun. Yeah. That's why I like this movie. Every time you watch it, it's like, I bet it was like the time of their life. Hanging with all your buds. Everybody's rich. Everybody's on the come up. You know what I mean? It's the come up time.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. They got Run DMC.
That is Krush Groove.
Krush Groovin, body moving.